Welcome back, dear viewers, to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We return to Boobhammer, who is a Demonspawn wanderer, currently following Okawaru. I recorded an earlier session with Boobhammer, and cut it off at some point, and I said I might continue playing, which I did, but I wanted to hit the record button again because we're in an ice cave. This is one of the temporary branches in Dungeon Crawl that the entrance only exists for a short amount of time, for a few, I don't know, a few hundred turns. Uh, Once you've entered that level, we found one on Spiders 3. Cleared out Spiders 2, including this Azrael character and a handful of other spiders. We fought pretty hard to get here before the entrance closed. We took a lot of damage. We had to drink a couple of potions of curing, which was a little bit frustrating. But we made it through all right, and I think it'll be worth it. The reason why I really wanted to do the ice cave is because I don't always have access to 2 pips of cold resist by the time I find the ice cave. And you really need 2 pips, at least. I prefer 3. But the ice caves are tough. I think they're a lot harder than the volcanoes. It's a lot more difficult to get the rewards from an ice cave. It's not going to be super useful to us, since mostly what you get in the ice cave and the volcano are resist cold and resist fire gear, respectively. But I record these videos for you guys, and I feel like this is a good one to show you, in case you ever come across an ice cave yourself. Ice caves are sort of semi-random. There are several they're vault-like in that they are hand-designed, but it's chosen at random from several patterns. And sometimes the cave itself will be randomized with just a few vault-like rooms at the end. See, what's cool about this guy is that even without any points in stealth, we are fairly stealthy, just from all the other random stuff that gives us stealth. And the fact that we're wearing armor that isn't too heavy. It's this Pearl Dragon armor, plus 6 Pearl Dragon armor. It's really cool. Gives us an AC at 27. Our evasion is still 8, which is, not awesome, but considering we have no points in dodging, it's really good. I think... What if we turn off armor, in fact, and turn on dodging? I feel like we could benefit from that somewhat. From a few points in dodginess. And maybe we'll even put a few points in stealth. Who knows? I'm hesitant to do that just because I may find some really sweet artifact armor later on. But, as long as I'm using, like, this mace, for example. No, I don't want to walk into that freezing vapor. Thank you for asking, Dungeon Crawl. You'll notice I'm not approaching these guys. I'm letting them come to me. No reason not to. And I'm not, busting out the consumables and trying to kill them at range or anything, because I'm not too worried about these enemies for the most part. They're not very strong compared to us. We have a flaming weapon, which they are susceptible to. And we have those 2 pips of cold resistance. Okay, the Ice Devil, this guy, he's actually pretty tough. So we're going to back around this corner, break line of sight. And good, he was the first one to show up to the party. I'm glad that was the case, and that it wasn't that he had a screen of dudes to block him off from us. Glass wand, I would imagine... I don't know what that potion is. I'm okay with identifying it. Lignification. Alright, that's probably not a bad thing to have identified. That turns you into a tree. You can't move, you lose your armor, but you still are wielding your weapons somehow. You're pretty tough, I think. You get a bunch of natural armor classes and maybe some damage resistance. It can be used as a panic button, but I don't recommend it. It's very specific situations that benefit from that. I was using the tab key there, and that pulled me into the room. But Again, I'm not too concerned. Like you'll notice we were taking some damage. We lost maybe a third of our hit points, but that was after fighting like 6 dudes or 8 or something absurd. I'm not too worried. The other thing that I would do most times before entering an ice cave is ditch all my potions, but because we have conservation, a cloak provides it for us. Cloak of preservation. Um, each potion has something like a 90% chance to resist the already only like 30% chance to shatter a potion. So it's really consistent. I hit auto explore there just to make sure we didn't miss anything back here, and also to try and draw some of the. No, we don't want to walk into the freezing vapor. Thank you very much. Before we get back down here to continue exploring. I hate surprises. I hate turning around to find something behind me, which cannot happen, I believe, in this circumstance. We've fought everything we've come across, and there was no chance for anything to sneak by us. That doesn't necessarily mean that nothing will spawn behind us or come down the stairs or through the entrance or whatever. It's still possible, but... A Book of the Tempests. Do I already have a Book of the Tempests? Oh. I'll be darned. I do. So, I don't need that. This is probably Chainmail of Cold Resistance. Meh. Not impressive. Chainmail is a higher encumbrance rating and lower base armor rating than our Pearl Dragon armor. 10 and 11 on our Dragon armor versus 8 and 15 on Chainmail. There's no chance in this ice cave that we're going to be wearing that chainmail. I mean, we'd benefit from it, surely. But not, not all that much. Ow. Ice statues suck. Let's try to blow it up. Oh, wait, they might be resistant to... Yeah, okay, so it's susceptible to fire only, not disintegration like... who's it? Like other statues. Alright, let's back out of those freezing vapors. Bash this demon. Ice statues can summon demons. We're going to switch over to our crossbow of flame here. And take a few pot shots. I'm not really worried about those clouds of freezing vapor, because we have 2 pips of cold resistance and a ton of hit points. Honestly, I'm more concerned about using up all our bolts. I don't know, we have a ton. Let's switch back to our mace. Let's see where those are assigned. Let's assign R to A. And let's assign H to B. That'll let us switch back and forth between them rapidly in combat with the apostrophe key. We're generally not going to be doing that because we're going to be wearing a shield, and therefore not wielding the crossbow, since it receives a big penalty from wielding with a shield. But just in case, like in that situation, I just switched to the mace from the crossbow anyway, and so the that apostrophe key would have saved me a couple of seconds, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm hoping to pull just a couple of these simulacra back to me here. Simulacra is the plural of simulacrum. Other people call it simulacrum or simulacrum. Simulacra. I believe it's simulacrum, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave it in the comments. I don't mind knowing the correct pronunciation of a word, as long as you recognize that doesn't speak anything against my character. If I don't know the correct pronunciation, I do not mind accepting criticism. Here's another one of those ice devils. He's pretty tough. So we already have 2 levels in dodging. That hasn't increased our evasion yet, which is kind of too bad. I was hoping we'd get a point or 2 in our evasion as a result. But, maybe we just need a little more training. I'm not too worried. We have 10 points in fighting. That's a lot. We've got a good set of skills here. Okay. I feel like I dropped some wands of flaming on the ground earlier. Ooh, a hat. So we have a pair of horns, which means for now we can wear hats. We won't be able to when those become a large pair of horns. I think that's only level 1 or maybe level 2 of the mutation. But for now, we can wear a hat. Ooh, wow. Huh. That's awesome. It's a really good hat. Wow, yeah. That's great. Plus 5 damage, plus 2 armor class, plus 3 dexterity. We give up our horn attack, but I'm okay with that for plus 5 damage to our mace. And to our kick. To our slaying in general. Wow, I feel like we're pretty strong. Now, obviously, we'll have to ditch the hat when our horns grow, but that's okay, because we'll still have horns that are really strong. At some point, I will look up if unarmed combat influences the damage and whatnot that does, that our headbutt does. I feel like if it does, it's worth investing at least a couple of points into. Ooh, ew, ew. Blizzard demons. Ouch. Those are quite dangerous. Yep, really dangerous. They also have electrical attacks, electricity. So that's additionally dangerous. The reason why I backed up 2 steps there is so that we would only be facing one of these guys at a time. With the other one, the Blizzard Demon, like a Blizzard Demon could have stood there and there with a shield like this Ice Demon here, and us there, and they would have gotten to blast us from there for sure, and maybe from there as well. So that's why we backed up another space, because if there's a dude standing here, they can't move from there, etc. Doesn't mean that they won't outsmart me anyway. Let's back up another couple of spots. That guy hadn't noticed us yet, and that's fine by us. A dire elephant simulacrum. What? I really should be looking at these 4-headed hydra simulacrum. As a general rule of thumb, simulacra are less powerful than their living countertypes, than the living beings which they mimic or mirror or simulate, however you want to do it. Okay, yeah, our flaming mace is doing work. I feel that like that was a good fight for us. That Blizzard Demon didn't feel too hard, and that's a level 4 demon, a rank 4 demon. There are 5 ranks of demon. Oh, I guess we killed both of the Blizzard Demons? Okay, yeah, we're cool. We're strong. I'll go ahead and take this Cloak of Cold Resistance. Might as well. Ooh, an Artifact Amulet. That's kind of neat. I'll try that on. Ooh, it has Strength -5. I'm not a fan of that. It has Gourmand, which is, I guess, cool. Probably not worth the penalty. Let's go ahead and identify it. It also has Resist Cold. That's kind of what I thought. So that's really not great. I'd rather keep on the Amulet of Clarity. Gourmand is an excellent ability. It lets you eat. It lets you eat raw flesh until you are engorged, which is the maximum hunger level. Maximum amount of hunger. Or maximum amount of satiation, I suppose. We may have to identify that ring at some point. Not sure what it is. We have a ton of resist cold rings, obviously, more than we can wear, so we'll just drop one here. Yeah, we have all kinds of sources of resist cold now. We're resistant. We're incredibly resistant to hostile enchantments already. I don't see any reason to switch away from this protection from cold to this protection from magic. But I'll leave the cold on instead of this unidentified ring. Well, nah. Let's try it out. Let's see what it is. Might be a ring of what rings don't we know yet? Well, it wouldn't be strength or see in. Well, it could be see invisible. Oh wow, it could be a lot of things. Okay. No, we'll see. If we find another ID scroll, we might check it out. All right, and now we can explore the rest of this layer. Oh, ghost moths are pretty scary. That purple thing. They're invisible, so it's good that we can see invisible. The first one I fought was really frightening. They drain your mana at a prodigious rate. So they're really rough on spellcasters, especially if said spellcaster cannot see invisible. We don't care so much. I mean, mana is nice for us. It provides us with extra hit points because of our mana shield. But we regenerate magic quickly, and I don't know. We're strong. I was hoping that eel would come back. I wonder if shouting will. Nope. Okay. Whatever. Wand or two. We have 2 wands. Wand of teleportation. Neat. We have a great collection of wands. Wand of slowing. That's not as exciting. What's this one? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Has our evasion got any better? Still no, with 3 points in dodging. That's too bad. I really want to get up to that 15 shields. I wonder... Okay, yeah, we're past the... Yeah, we still lose a point of evasion with the regular shield. Let's hope for some snacks soon. Oh, there's that darn electric eel. I really want to take these guys out. Sometimes I'll leave aquatic monsters alive, so that I can eat them on like the way out of this dungeon. But you know, just not worth it with electric eels. They're too painful. We'll memorize Cure Poison. That seems a useful utility spell. And I think if we put on our Ring of Wizardry... Yeah, it's not super reliable, but it's not uncastable. And, you know, that's fine. We can just use it as one of those situations where when we're done with the fight and we need to cure off some poison, we can do it. Scroll of Holy Word, we don't want that. We're a Demonspawn, it's bad for us. Very unhealthy. That's why it's in purple. Oh, we're starving. Huh, my bad. Okay. Feel like we could have eaten something along the way. Maybe things weren't leaving corpses for us. Book of Power. I seem to recall that being quite useful. Oh, yeah, it has Iron Shot. I really like Iron Shot. It's physical damage, so it isn't resistible. And it's only level 6. It's not as high level as Lehudib's Crystal Spear, which I believe is level 8. So that's potentially castable. I don't feel a strong need to branch out into spellcasting with this guy. I feel like we can mostly hit things and be okay. Not to say that we won't eventually cast spells later on in the game. Yeah, go ahead and ignore it. We'll be full for a minute from that ration. Clear out some of this dross. Oh, I guess I forgot that I'm worshipping a god that likes blood sacrifice. I can be sacrificing these things. Fighting spiders. Fighting spiders. Fighting us some spiders. I like the snake's nest. It's not bad. As long as you go cautiously and recognize that, you know, the level 5 is going to be much, much harder than the first 4 levels, as with all the branches. I think there was another little pod, maybe. Huh. No, I guess we just missed this staircase earlier. I think one of these levels there's an extra pod. Let's see. That's one. Oh, no, no. Guess not. Yeah, okay. Just imagining things. Don't worry. Yeah, I didn't think that there were generally pods in the spider's nest. But pods being areas of the map that are separated, that you have to go down one staircase and up another staircase to reach. Kind of going in a spiral pattern instead of auto-exploring, just so we can make sure that the area around this staircase is clear. A staircase. We can branch out a little bit as we go. This is just safer than auto-explore sometimes. A lot of the time. Especially when you have a little bit of stealth. And you can, sometimes afford to step within, like take an extra step towards monsters without them, swarming you. Not always true. And it's still always better to be cautious. Never take any steps that you don't have to. You've watched some of these other videos. You've seen some deaths based on just running blindly into a situation. Where I've specifically said, we took too many steps there. We took 3 too many steps there. It's because we saw the monsters that many steps prior to when we actually stopped running. Crawl will punish you for that. It doesn't like when you short shrift it on attention. If you're distracted, it knows. Another Wand of Cold. Wow. Frosty spider's nest. Maybe that's why this is so easy. They're all sluggish from the cold pouring out of that ice cave. Another potion of haste. That's nice to have. Oh, the ghost of Marco. Who's Marco? Marco the Basher, a gargoyle fighter of Okawaru. Man, he must have been hit by something hard. Because gargoyles are immune to poison. Well, he's resistant to electricity, fire, and steam. Jeez. Looks dangerous. So I assume we can take him on. Let's still back up a little bit, just to make sure we don't have any uninvited guests. And let's try this. Let's see. Yeah. He's a powerful... Okay, good to know. Boom. Man, that was cool. Nice. Didn't get another mutation. That's okay, though. We have, let's see. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or 11 mutations. I think 11 mutations out of 15. So we won't get that many more. We'll get the 3rd rank of our Ice Mail. We'll get the final rank of our Horns. And we'll get the final 2 ranks of Augmentation, our Slaying bonuses and Spell Power bonuses. That's pretty good. We still, I mean, we're strong now. Oh yeah, I said earlier I wasn't going to auto-explore. We're strong now, I feel, for our level, for our location. I feel good about where we are. But it's good to know that we will still get a little bit stronger. Like, eventually having a plus 12 slaying bonus at full life is nutter butters. That turns a mace into an executioner's axe. Minus the cleave. Turns a mace into a giant club, I think. Base 20 damage. Though obviously slaying bonuses do not... Well, there's no reason why this would be obvious. Slaying bonuses do not affect brands, I don't think. Brands are affected by the base damage of the weapon, which is branded. or rather, like flaming and cold do. Electricity is a static amount. It's like 1d8 plus 10 or something cool like that. It's a lot. An embroidered cloak might not be very interesting. What do we want to get rid of? I think we can safely get rid of one of these rings of protection from cold. I can't imagine a circumstance where we'd need 3 pips of cold resistance. Just to be honest, I mean, 2 is enough for pretty much any circumstance. And we have some other sources anyway. Wearing this hat does remove our headbutt. I don't know if I mentioned that, but, you know, it's fine. Cloak of Poison Resistance. That's great. So the only thing these are giving us is See and Viz, which might be on this ring. The reason why I really want to stop wearing these boots is that it's a -5. Like, we're losing 4 armor class. We would be at 33 if we weren't wearing those boots at all. But we'd lose some magic resistance. Ooh, yikes. What happened to us? Oh, that sucks. Magical energy was drained from our wands because we stepped on a Zot trap. Zot traps are horrible. I'm going to see Zot trap. What exactly that did. Losing a random number of charges, though half their charges on average. Wow. That was actually not as bad as it could have been. Huh. Zot traps are disgusting. They're really rough. Well, we are no longer sure that our Wand of Heal Wounds has a charge in it. That is good to know. We will not rely on that as a last-minute panic button. We won't rely on any of our wands, in fact, as last-minute panic buttons now. I feel safe auto-exploring at this point. We're feeling very hungry. An orb. Oh, the yikes, that's an Emperor Scorpion. Oh, gee dear. Okay, well, let's try and get around and out of this situation. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't want to be able to be hit by both the Orbs of Destruction and this Emperor Scorpion. Because Emperor Scorpions are really tough. They just have a ton of AC, and they deal a lot of damage. They can poison you really heavily. They're just rough. And we're not at full health, so our augmentation bonus isn't at full strength. So we'll just keep him as a meat shield between us and the Orb Spider. Though, of course, the Spider shoots one out at us as soon as we're done with it. We can go ahead and eat it. We have resist poison, so we're able to eat poisoned meat. Though sometimes it's not as nutritious as other meat. You'll notice like that poison didn't have a lot of yellow on our hit points. That's because we were regenerating hit points as fast as the poison was damaging us. But, you know, if we'd been in a fight, that would have prevented our health regeneration, certainly. Okay, we're just running around the level at this point. I don't see any reason to continue auto-exploring. What's down here? Oh, yeah, no reason to keep auto-exploring. Okay. Well, I guess we can put our Cloak of Preservation back on. I don't know why we're still wearing our Cloak of Poison Resistance, although they were both +2s, so that's nice. Being a little bit stealthy is kind of cool. I might... Okay, we did get at a point in evasion from our dodging going up. And so if it's like 1 point of evasion per 4 points of dodging, that seems pretty slow. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of points into stealth, just because our aptitude for it isn't terrible. I mean, it's neutral. And I don't know. If we're already a little bit stealthy from just random equipment that we're using, we might as well... Moth of Wrath. We might as well make use of that. I mean, no reason to fight more things than we needed to. We can sort of fight things on our own terms, is what I guess I'm saying. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that we can be sacrificing things, that we don't need to butcher everything and just leave it on the ground. Scroll of Identify I want to use on something. Ah, this ring. Why am I carrying a Staff of Death around? I think I already have a Staff of Death, and they're not useful anyway, to me. I do not have any skill in Necromancy. The Necromantic odds. Is this Ring of Positive Energy? We're already at 2 pips of resist neg. Well, I mean, we won't throw it away. Oh, that's including the thing. Yeah. I guess we'll do protection from magic. I don't know if that helps us with the Orbs of Destruction at all. I don't think it does. But, you know, it might. Interesting, a Wand of Fire. I like Wands of Fire. Let's just drop this Wand of Paralysis with 1 charge left. That seems pretty bad. I'm not going to waste a scroll of recharging on it. Ooh, Francis. Who is Francis? A stout warrior who once bested a powerful lord of pandemonium in combat, gaining control over the demon's realm and Thanes. The battle left her with a deep facial scar, one that she carries as a badge of honor rather than a symbol of shame. I don't know why she doesn't like us. I guess she thinks we're going to come invade her pad. Her pandemonium hideout. Her lair. Summon Demon Haste, throw Icicle, and Iron Shot. None of those seem fun. Let's back up there, so we break line of sight, and there, so we break line of sight again. We'll kill this demon. I kind of want Francis to come to us. Let's do Heroism and Finesse, so we can at least match her in... Yikes, a demon with a polearm. Oh, we're so strong. Okay, cool. Neat. We are very stealthy now. That's kind of neat. Okay, runed leather armor. I don't care. Battle axe, don't care. Not interested. I am interested in bashing down this Scorpion, Emperor Scorpion, before our... let's do the Ghost Moth, since magic is actually relevant to us. Sweet, 2 points of piety. Yeah, because we have this Heroism and Finesse just kicking around, we might as well be a little bolder. We might as well bash some things. Like that Emperor Scorpion, it was kind of frustrating. Those are kind of frustrating. Ooh, oh, right, we're on Spiders 5. Eek, eek, run away, run away! Hubris. Hubris will be our downfall. Yeah, Spider 5 means that the vault is here. Jeez. Alright, so we're going to use a Scroll of Magic Mapping. For surezies. Yeah, look at all this crazy stuff. Like, the reason why I suddenly realized this is because, you know, 4 orb spiders flanking a door. Yeah, that's not ominous or anything. Yeah, so all this is the vault. There's a rune in here. I don't know. I don't remember which rune it is. A poisonous rune of Zot, maybe, or a slimy rune or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's check out this area up here. Why don't we? Let's clear everything else. feel like we're so strong. Though we get weaker as we get more damage. More damaged. Our augmentation is proportional to our hit points. So at half health, we only have a +2/+2 bonus. Oh man, I hate chasing after these guys. It's so dangerous. They're so hard to catch. Those orbs do more damage, I believe, the further they travel. Okay, cool. We're alive. That's good. Which is why closing with those spiders is a good idea if you can. Just don't let them lead you into somewhere that you haven't explored thoroughly. Because, you know, then you have 4 other dudes that are swarming you, and even if you're not being hit by the spider, like, you're being hit by stuff. Book of Summonings, that's a sort of a mid-level summonings book. It's not as nice as the Grand Grimoire. We wouldn't be able to read the Grand Grimoire. We're gonna memorize Abjuration, I think. Like, you'll notice I'm just sort of memorizing spells that I can't really cast. These are all, like, good utility spells. Like, Apportation I memorized, I think, off-camera. That lets you grab stuff from a ways away. This banishes stuff. Or attempts to. These are all just things that if we, you know, throw on our Ring of Wizardry instead of this, say, Ring of Protection from Magic, we still wouldn't want to try Abjuration, but, like, all these others are reasonable. And we could, without too much effort, put just a few points into those spell schools and have them be reliably castable. Even though we're obviously not going for a primary caster build. It's strictly utility. I may put some points into them. Especially since we have this augmentation, and a lot of those we'd want to cast at full health anyway. So it's just free spell power. And we'd kind of be wasting part of our mutation if we didn't use spells. Again, here you hear me justifying spellcasting on a fighting character. And the reason why I do that is because, first of all, adapting in crawl is incredibly important. Like, knowing when the things that you've been getting are lending themselves towards a particular build. You know, more of a spell-oriented build or a ranged weapon-oriented build as opposed to a just a beat-em-up build. Like, for example, we are very stealthy right now, which is absurd. Like, I mean, as a fighter, oh man, walking through these webs, getting blasted with things. Okay, got him. I think that's all of the orb spiders. That we saw, at least. We saw 4 orb spiders, rather, and we have now slain 4. Though they can do some damage. Let's check out what this wand does. Oh man, I don't want to get rid of that, because Gourmand is good. We may use it at some point. Let's just switch over to our shield. Well, we lose a point of evasion, but we gain 26 points of... Yeah. Let's switch over to the shield. Let's just drop this buckler. We're not quite at maximum efficiency with it. And in fact, let's focus it. Let's not turn off those other 2, but... I'm thinking of getting level 3 in stealth, maybe. I kind of want to go ahead and finish off the spiders. Like, it's maybe a bad decision, because it's really dangerous, but I really want to show you guys a branch ending in one of these videos. And the others, I have just been having a really rough time with the first few levels of the Snake Pit and the Shoals. And so this one, you know, it already has the spider's nest. I have a lot of escape buttons, so I think I can beat it. Okay, but let's be smart about it. Let's summon some dudes. Alright. I feel like this is a good setup. Just let them duke it out for a little bit. Kinda clean up the stragglers here. The reason why I did that there is because, you know, I had no clue what was behind that door, and just opening it and fighting everything inside seemed foolish. And that was free. The rods are really neat because they recharge over time for free, as evidenced by the number in the upper left-hand corner. So, like, we could just back off, rest a little bit, kill some dudes, hunt down this cockroach that was moving rather rapidly. And then when we start to go back in, we can, you know, summon some more dudes. Yeah, this is great. I like having these guys. This makes every one of those points that I invested into evocations worth it. Because we're blowing things up with a giant eyeball and a I don't know, whatever we had. Kind of distracted by this orb weaver that's, ugh, fortunately beating up other monsters instead of us. Ow. Yeah, I'm gonna back around this corner. There we go. Got him. I feel pretty good about this though. Like, this is a branch ending, guys. This is tough stuff. Like, I think I'm actually gonna back out of here. Kill the spider along the way, maybe worship a little bit. I'm gonna kind of back out of this vault. I feel like it's been pretty easy so far. It's kind of scary to me. And, you know, might as well just rest up out here. Some of the monsters from inside will wander out, and we can sort of pick them off as we choose. We're not in a hurry. Two of these guys at once is just gruesome. Unless we can take one of them down here. Yeah, there we go. Gosh, they're just stinkers. Real stinkers. They hurt. I'm glad that we're as strong as we are, really. I feel like we're in a good place here. I'm not sure how that's the case. I think we are at a pretty high level for still being in the layer and its branches. I feel like 17 is a good place to be. We've got some really strong mutations, I think helps. This is the furthest I've come with a Demonspawn, I'm pretty sure. Oh, a crossbow. Well, let's try it out. Well, phooey. Worst god gift ever. Let's just ditch this cloak and this potion of lignification. We'll hang on to this other crossbow. We'll hang on to both these crossbows for now. Probably put one of them in our stash. I could put those in our stash too, but I can't foresee a time that we're ever going to want to use a, who's it? Cloak of Cold Resistance over our Cloak of Preservation or our Cloak of Invisibility. I think both of those are superior to a Cloak of Cold Resistance, especially since we naturally have one pip of Cold Resistance. Cold resistant or cold damaging things aren't as common as fire, yada yada, etc., etc. Let's take out this ghost moth. I don't plan on coming back here, so I have no compunction about leaving alive the fish in the water. Alright, we're going to walk around this another couple of times, look for things like that. Look for any monsters that sort of shifted around in here. I don't want anything left in this area. Oh, wow. That was a rough battle. You see our int is drained. It'll come back. Anytime it's in yellow like that, it'll come back slowly. We could drink a potion of restore abilities. Why not? Just in case. It's not permanent, but, I mean, there's very little other use for potions of restore abilities. And I think I've got some extra even, so might as well, like, just in case we want to cast a spell. Something weird. Alright. Here we go. Middle of the vault. This is going to be tough. Summon heroism. Wow. Yeah, this is tough. I'm really glad we have that stealth. Because that Moth of Wrath, if it had been awake, well, it's pretty scary. Alright, dear viewers, I'm going to pause the video for now. And I will talk to you soon.